in this video we're gonna talk about my corset collection and everything about corsets. So if you're thinking about buying a corset or if you're already wearing a corset, then this video might be helpful to you. I've been wearing corsets for about 15 years on and off. Alright, so let's talk about how to season your corset. So you can find a lot of videos online. There's so much information, but I'm just gonna talk about what has worked for me. So when I get a new corset, I do season it for probably more than 5 hours. So if that doesn't work for you, especially if you are new, and it depends on your body too. So some people can season it for more than that, but for me, I think 5 to 6, 7, 8 hours, that's fine to wear it for a day. But I do not really recommend that. So I would say if you have a new corset, do the 2 hour and the 2 weeks. So you wear it for 2 weeks for 2 hours a day. So I know that some people are doing that. It's just your preference, see what works for you. Well, the reason why we season the corset is so the corset gets used to your body and your body gets used to the corset. So it's just, it goes vice versa. You want to make sure that your body is slowly getting used to it, and you also want to make sure that the corset is getting used to your body. And this allows you to prevent any injury to yourself and also any injury to the corset. Okay, like we're just talking about damage to the corset. So, if you do this slowly, seasoning is very important. This is how you break in your corset. So if you go very slow, we make sure that the corset also lasts you. So one of the reasons why the corsets get damaged is because people are being too aggressive and they're just going really, really, really fast on, on the tightening method. So take your time and, take your time to listen to your body as well. Okay, so if you want your corset to last longer, be gentle with your corset. And if you do not want to get any injuries, if you don't want to have any pain, and I can say that I talk from experience because there has been times when I've been really, really aggressive with my corsets and I've been tightening it too tight, and then I start having pain. So just be careful. The seasoning process is very, very, very important. If you want to know more about corsets, I suggest that you visit Lucy's Corsetry on YouTube. That's where I learned so much. Lucy was the only one out there that could help me, So every time I had questions about corsets, I would go visit her. And it's crazy that until even now, sometimes I go to her corset videos and then I see my comments that they were like 12, 13, 14 years ago. And I was like, wow, like those comments are still there, and I still comment on her videos because I just want to learn so much more about corsets. Take your time while you're seasoning your corset. That's the most important part. Seasoning is essential, so you want to take your time. In one of Lucy's Corsetry's videos, she talks about seasoning. And then one sentence that stayed with me, she said that corset training is not for the impatient. And she said, let me repeat that again. And I was like, wait, is she talking to me? Because I don't have patience. So, and she said it again. She was like, corsets, require patience. And that's true. And you don't know this until something happens to you, like me. Because, I wear corsets too tight. Sometimes, like I said, I start getting pain. So the worst part about getting hurt by wearing the corset too tight is just when, you start having pain and then you cannot wear your corset no more. So I can say that for me, it's been so hard. It's been so hard to just take it easy with my corsets because once I see that small waist, I start cinching and cinching. So again, we're all different. Everybody's gonna tell you that different story. But for me, it's better when I'm seasoning my corsets. I try to leave them underneath the clothing, I will sandwich them, because if I don't see it, I'm not gonna be with a urge to pull and make my waist smaller. And then I start, paying the consequences later. And, it's not even worth it. Of course, at that moment, you're feeling really pretty, really sexy. But then later, you're not feeling good. So, and the worst part, like I said, the worst part is about, that you can't wear your corset until you feel better. And I do give some time to, for my body to just, relax. And when I feel that I can wear it again, then I start wearing them again. But again, this is really tough because when this has happened, it has been really hard on me just to be oh my God, I cannot wear my corsets, and it's because of me. I'm the one to blame. But yeah, just take your time. That's the best advice I can give you. I think that from this video about corsets, the most important thing that you should always remember in your head is that you have to season your corset slowly, and everybody says that, like all the companies where you buy corsets, they talk about seasoning. But if you're impatient, it's gonna be tough. So try to find a way that you can take your time while seasoning. All right, so seasoning is very, very important. It's very crucial for you and the corset. So we all wear corsets for different reasons. I can say that I like wearing my corset for 2 reasons. I wear it for fashion. I like how the corset looks with clothes. I like to go out with my corsets. I see the corsets as, let's say, waist belts, because they're so beautiful and they're wonderful to use as a statement piece, just like jewelry. That's how I see corsets. Some people just use corsets just to waist train. So that is my second reason. I like it because I am waist training. You have to find your reason. Why are you wearing corsets? Most people, I believe they wear it for waist training. I haven't met lots of girls that would say that they're just using, corsets just to wear it as a statement piece, just for fashion. No, not a lot of people wear it for fashion. So so find the reason why you want to start wearing a corset. Also see what type of corset you're going to need. So I do have a lot of corsets. I enjoy buying from a lot of brands so I can experience the quality of the corsets. So I can talk a lot about that. So because I have worn those corsets and I can tell you my experience. So that being said, if you're the type of person that is going to start waist training and you're going to be very serious about it, you're going to start wearing your corset every single day for many hours, because there are people out there that they're wearing their corsets for more than 8 hours. So for me, I usually wear it around 8 hours a day. But yes, there has been days that I get a little bit crazy and I start wearing it for more than 8 hours. And see also like if that works for you, because it depends. A lot of people wear it for maybe 1 or 2 hours a day. Sometimes people sleep in their corsets and that's how they like it. But for me, I have never tried it. For some reason, like I have trouble sleeping, so I would never ever wear a corset while I'm sleeping, because I think that I will start waking up and it would just be another excuse for me not getting a good night's sleep. So so I don't wear my corsets when I go to sleep. But you can try it out and see if that works for you. Everyone's different. We all have different bodies and we all have different needs and desires and preferences. So all I can tell you about the corset that you get, I'm wearing my corset right now and it's just a little bit tight. And it's like I'm finding it hard to breathe. Okay, so what I can say about the corset that you're choosing to wear is that is very important, because if you're gonna be a serious, very, very serious on corsets and waist training, and you're like, okay, I need a corset that I'm gonna be wearing every single day, and I need a corset that I'm gonna be very serious about it. I'm gonna start tight lacing, because people say that there's a big difference between waist training and tight lacing. I believe that if you are waist training, there are times that you are tight lacing. So for me, if I'm waist training, and there are times that I do start tight lacing because I'm the type of person that ties the corset really fast. So, and then, from waist training, I'm going to tight lacing, right? And then if you are tight lacing, you are also waist training, because you're training your waist as you're tight lacing, because, you're tightening your corset as much as you can. All right. So it's like potato. I don't know, like a lot of people don't see it like that they're similar, but this is just the way that I see it. If you're tight lacing, you are waist training. And people are waist training, but sometimes they are not tight lacing, because there are people that they go very slow on waist training. They're very calm and they'll take their time, and they don't want to tighten their corset too tight, so they're taking it easy. So finding what works for you. Like for me, I've always mentioned that it's really hard for me to wear a corset and not tighten it. I know I have to take my time, but it's just a challenge. That's one of the corset challenges for me. It's just every time I wear a corset, it's just so hard for me to leave it keep it loose. I love to feel that tightness, the compression on my waist. But yes, if you're wearing a corset, are you gonna be wearing it just for 1 hour, 2 hours a day? Or are you the type of person that's gonna be wearing a corset for 8 hours, 10 hours, I don't know. But what I can say about that from experience, because like I say, I have been wearing corsets for almost 15 years, but not every single day for those years. So I have taken a lot of breaks, you guys. Like, you have no idea. There has been times where I've been sick, and there has been times where I just didn't have the interest. I didn't feel like wearing my corsets, and I was like, I don't care about corsets. I don't want to wear them now. So, but then, I came back. Yay. But I always feel like, your true essence always shows up again, because that happens with everything. With music, I used to listen to a lot of rock when I was young, and I still listen to rock, but it's like, it's not the same, but you always come back. And sometimes I give myself from like a break from dancing, and then when I come back to it, I'm like, oh my god, I missed it so much, right? And sometimes it's healthy to give yourself a little bit of a break, but then come back to it, right? But it's happening again with corsets. So I came back to corsets after a few years that I haven't worn them, and I'm like, I feel so happy. I'm like, wow, like, I cannot believe I stopped. Why did I even stop? And now I'm back, and I'm like, I love corsets. Why did I even stop? Like, I just don't know. But, sometimes life happens. I was so busy doing other things with my life. I had other priorities. But yeah, one time I did get asthma and I wasn't able to wear them, but it wasn't because of the corsets. It was because I was sleeping in the basement, and there was a lot of like mold around, like black mold. So yeah, so I developed asthma. But then once I got out of that basement, I started feeling good again. But yeah, then life happens. But yeah, so I just want to let you know that the corset that you choose is very important. From experience, I can say that I have corsets that you can definitely wear for like just a few hours, and you'll be comfortable. And they're not that good for like serious waist training, for like, let's say like Orchard Corset. I have a lot of corsets from Orchard Corset, and I think that Orchard Corset is for the person that is beginning to wear corsets, and somebody that is not gonna be being hard on their corset, somebody that is just like waist training, but like calmly, like just wearing their corsets. They can wear it for like every day for many hours, but just not being tough and aggressive and intense with corset training. But if you are someone that wants to be a little bit crazy and intense, and like you saying, oh, I'm gonna be waist training every single day, I want to do tight lacing, I'm gonna be tightening really, really tight, you just need a stronger corset, then I would not suggest Orchard Corset. And again, I have nothing against Orchard Corset. I love my Orchard Corset corsets. I really, really do love them. But I just think that they are not for intense waist training or intense like tight lacing, because I have had problems with my Orchard corsets. Like, they get damaged easily if you're wearing them like aggressively and intense. So yeah, like I would suggest Mystic City if you are gonna be very, very serious about waist training and being really, really tough on your corset. I feel like the Mystic City corsets are like hardcore. They're very like heavy duty. When you go to Home Depot and you see a lot of that you see that word in a lot of products, like heavy duty, like that's gonna be really, really tough, and if you're gonna be using it for hard work, right? So yeah, so that's how I see my my Mystic City corsets. I see them like very strong, like they're really gonna get the job done. Mystic City corsets are a little bit harder for me to wear because they are very sturdy, rigid, and it's hard for me to get used to it. But I really love the fact that they're affordable, because you can buy like a $60, $70, $80, $100, they're very affordable, but they're going to last you like a long, long time. And that's what I love about Mystic City. Like, the quality is just amazing. Like, I've never had a problem with a Mystic City corset, never. It blows my mind because I do have problems with my other corsets, but Mystic City, I really love that brand.